Hey, welcome to a mini project in React in which I'll be showing you how to use single change handler or event handler for multiple fields for changing state when you're doing a project. Like in this case, the project is creating a small form, simple form in React. So first and foremost, we are going to export default function form. You can call it form or you can call it app. I'm using the Replit template for React, so that's quite easy. Most of the things is done for you, including the components, the folders I mean. So const person, set person. So here this is like you're treating it as an object person, where you have the initial state, set person where you have the updated state. So using the use state for this purpose. And in the form usually you have different fields, multiple fields like first name, the last name, email, and so and so. So here we are just using three multiple fields. Yeah. So usually when you're using change handlers, you will see as we go along like for example in this case I'm using inside this function handle change event, right? So here the change handler is just one. What if I usually in normal cases you use like for the first name one handle change, for the last name another handle change last name, handle change first name, handle change email. But here we are just going to be using one single handle change only. Yeah, that's what we are going to see how it's done. So function handle change event, set person. Yeah, so what are the updated fields? Person. So dot person, that is the object spread syntax, so that no need to copy the properties separately every time. Just do these three dots, as we already know. We've done this earlier in JavaScript. It will copy the name until now, and then comma e.target.name, that is the updated name as per what is being fed by the user in the input field. The current name that is being input as in when you are using creating the updating the form. Yeah, so that is the change in the name or change in the state for the name field. So e.target.name is going to be the e.target.value, and you're using the square braces for e.target.name. Why? In order to specify a property with the dynamic name. Dynamic as in this is the going to be a changeable one, right? Every time the user is going to put the current name in the input field, so that is dynamic. That will keep changing. Like now I input something, second time somebody else input something, like that. So that's why it's dynamic. So by using the square space, it will actually specify the property. This specifies the property with the dynamic name, the name that is going to change every time that is updated, and then colon e.target.value, meaning whatever is the value subject to that input field, that will automatically get updated in that field. That's the idea. Yeah, and then what are you returning? Now after return, we've seen earlier, yeah, the open and close. It can be just a normal one, or this is the React symbol for doing for showing a container, or you can also use the div container. That's up to you. Then followed by inside that container side, you have to do other fields, like the different fields I mean. So the first field is the first name within the label. Yeah, open and close label, the first name. So first name, this is the JSX here, mind you. So which is HTML and JavaScript together. So input, you need input form. Inside the form you need input field, right? So input name will be the first name, value will be obviously the first name of the person. So that means within curly braces person dot first name, and the same goes for the last name, person dot last name. On change will be handle change, within curly braces for all of it, for first name, for last name, and even for email. Email, the same thing within the label, open and close. For every field you need the label tag, don't forget that, open and close. So email, input name email, value will be obviously person.email. First was person.name, first name, last name. So on change will be the same thing, handle change. Remember, we are just using one handle change for all of these multiple fields. Within curly braces, why? So that this will automatically substitute the live, the current state value. So that's the idea, as I've explained in my other tutorials. In React, when you want the state to be updated and get the current value, for the event handler you write within curly braces handle change. The same goes for value. And remember, input is self-closing, so there's only one. There's no separate open and close tags. So input. So you have you already filled in the detail for the first name, for the last name, for the email. In all of it, when you see, the name is changing. One is name will be first name will be last name will be email. Value will be changing. Value will be person.name, person.first name, person.last name, person.email. On change will remain the same. So when you're handling the change, it is remaining the same. Then after that, as you can see with that one, I forgot to do, I did a typo here, the square braces, just correcting that. So that means with that one handle change syntax, with that one handle change, change handler, it is able to manage all the multiple field updating the state. Then after that, all we need to do is the const root. So const root, this is the rendering part, react dom.create root, document.get element by id root. This is a usual step which we need, otherwise nothing will be rendered on the screen. So root, because in the HTML we have div id is root. So we have it contained in the container with the ID of root, the app container I mean. So the advantage of using the Replit is it's already in the Replit template, the React template. When you do in React, it involves a bit of complication, so you can actually learn from here. You can go, I'll be showing you later, you can see all folders here. Then root.render form. Now the thing is, let's go and check it out first. Let's test it out. Okay, now there's a bit of error here. Yes, why? I'm just doing this step to show you, because in Replit, in other folders it's okay, but in Replit, there you go, the app.jsx is already formed for you, and the rendering is done in the index.js. So you don't have to duplicate. By writing it in the app.jsx, it's like duplicate. So that's why it was not working. So we just delete out this rendering part from here and leave it in the index.jsx. There you go, there you can see. This is the app.jsx. This folder is already created there. It's there in the template. Now, for that form, you can either mention form or you can write app, that's up to you in the code. So I'm just going through the last part. You can as you can see, it's after the form field is finished, person.first name, person.last name, person.email. You write it within the p tag so that you can see that when you run the app. This is very simple form that we already do in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, just that you use a bit of React in it. That's it. So that part is over. So the rendering part, as you can see, React dom.create root, that part is written here in the index.js. Now here when you write form, it doesn't work again. So we write app. Why? Because the name of the folder, as you can see, is app.jsx. So we go back to writing it as app. So if you want, you can change the app.jsx to form.jsx. That's up to you. So whatever is the name of the folder, you should stick to that when you're rendering it. Keep that in mind. Yeah. Okay. There you go. So first name, email, last name, everything is there. And then followed meera and within bracket the email. Why? Because remember, we did that within the p tag. So I'm just trying to write Tom Cruise. He's my favorite hero. So you can test it with different names and it's working. So this is how. If you go into source folder, you will find all these files already there. That's the beauty of it. So try working with the Replit React template. Even CSS, the basic one is provided for you, but you can beautify it further. There you go. Even the HTML with div ID equal to root is already there for you. So that's the beauty of using Replit, and a little bit of AI help is there. Even if you get stuck somewhere, you can take the help of AI, even in your free account. So these are some advantages for code newbies. So that's the reason I'm showing you how to do it in the Replit folder. Try doing it and let me know your comments in the comment section. Do not forget to smash that subscribe button and the bell button so that you get to see more such tutorial. I'll be doing Python, I'll be doing React in later on sessions. So see you in the next.